mail back, I know you want it or not.
Thank you.
Save me a trip.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and have a roll call now.
Okay, Mayor Jeff Phillips.
Here.
Deputy Clerk Treasurer Christina Martin. Council members Russ Overton.
Here.
Kevin Armold.
Here.
Noel Weiser. Jeff Rayburn. Ernest Watson Jr. City Attorney Todd Sammons.
Here.
Building Commissioner Jacob Hall.
Here.
Cemetery Caretaker Joe Effinger.
Here.
Fire Chief Kenny Hahn. Police Chief Matt Anderson.
Here.
Utility Office Manager Heather Smart.
Here.
Manager of Electric Operations Heath Malone.
Here.
Park Superintendent Heather Hall.
Here.
Street, Water, Sewer, and Sanitation Superintendent Bryce Black.
Here.
Gas Superintendent Todd Wilson.
Here.
And Assistant Superintendent Josh Eldridge.
All right. Council, there was a couple of typos in the minutes of the last meeting, but they were presented to you earlier today. How would you like to act on those?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Been a motion and a second to approve the minutes of our last meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, council. Moving on to citizens' comments. This is the time where we reserve some time for anybody in the audience to come up and address the city council. If there's anybody who would like to make a comment. Hearing none, we'll start with our agenda, which is Ordinance 24-2025, the 2026 water bonds. Bryce, you want to start us
I will let Eric take over.
on the water bond?
So the first document up tonight is the bond ordinance. This is for the authorization of issuing the SRF bonds. I know you guys have heard this before, but as a reminder, $2 million for lead service line replacement, anticipated to be loaned over 35 years at 0%. So no interest rate on this, 100% will go toward lead service line replacements. And this is just that document. I'll talk about rates next when you open the public hearing.
Okay. So this is our second reading. Council, you want to accept a motion, make a motion to accept ordinance number 24-2025, the 2026 water bonds.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Been a motion and a second to approve ordinance 24-2025, the 2026 water bonds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hearing none, we'll move on to the next on our agenda, which we're going to need a motion to close our regular agenda and open a public hearing for the water rate ordinance.
I make a motion to close the regular business meeting.
We have a second?
Second.
There's been a motion and a second to close our regular meeting and open up our public hearing on our water rate ordinance. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, council. You're up, Eric.
Thank you. And I probably should introduce myself the first time, just in case there's anyone new, and if you have questions in the crowd. Eric Walsh, Managing Partner, Bakertilly Municipal Advisors. This is the public hearing on your rate ordinance. I know you guys have already seen the details, seen the presentation, so I'm going to be very brief tonight, go high level, and then be happy to answer any questions from you first, and if there's questions from the public, and if you direct me to, I'll also be happy to answer those. As a reminder, what we talked about in the first ordinance, a $2 million bond from the State Revolving Fund program. Anyone in the public that may have a question about that, the State Revolving Fund is a state agency. It's a arm of the Indiana Finance Authority. They get their funding from the federal government, primarily through the federal budget process. They take those dollars and they loan them back out to communities. As communities pay back interest and those loan amounts, they revolve those loans. That's why it's called a revolving loan program. It is typically at a subsidized interest rate. There's also additional monies from the federal government that go through the state for specific projects. Lead service line replacement has been one of those for the last several years. Many of you have probably seen that in the news. Going back to many communities, you do have some lead service lines here in the city. $2 million, all for those projects. As such, it's being loaned at 0% over a 35-year period, so no interest cost at all associated with this loan. To support this loan, a little bit of history for the council. Your last rate increase, last rate adjustment in the water utility was 2022. That was enacted in 2 phases. At that time, you were taking out a little over $6 million in debt for other projects. That's the driver of that past rate increase. It was done over 2 phases in 23 and 24. So no rate adjustment has been enacted since that time. So part of this rate adjustment is obviously operating costs and capital costs have went up since 2022. So that's part of this adjustment. But the other part is also you still have a principal repayment over the next 35 years on that $2 million loan. So the rates needed to support both increases in cost since 2022 and the new loan is approximately 16.8%. What that equates to an average residential customer, I'll remind you all the state of Indiana, so we use the same as the state of Indiana, qualifies as average residential customer someone who uses 4,000 gallons per month. That's probably usually a family of 2 to 3. Larger families use more than that. Smaller families or single homeowners typically use less. So I'm talking 4,000 gallons per month of water usage, which then goes into your sewer, which is what your sewer bill is based on. That increases that average customer's bill, water only, about $7. Okay, so the average customer right now pays in water just under $43 per month. Increases $7 total from this, splitting that into 2 phases. Phase 1, approximately half, or $3.50, effective January 1 of next year. Phase 2, the remaining $3.50, approximately effective January 1 of 2027. Last thing, and then happy to answer questions. This rate adjustment is needed to support the bonds. So the prior ordinance that you approved, if you do not pass the rates to support those bonds, you cannot issue the bonds. That's obviously your decision. Happy to answer any questions.
I think you summed it up really well. Great job summing that up. It is 2 phases. I don't think I've got any questions, council.
Yeah, we went over pretty good.
Is there anybody else in the audience that may have a question?
How much is sewer then?
No adjustment to sewer right now. The average sewer bill currently for that same 5,000 or 4,000 gallon customer, is right now in 2025 approximately $72 per month. There is a phased increase next year where that goes to $89. That rate has already been approved though. That's a prior project that was done. So no action on sewer tonight. This does not affect your sewer bill at all. It's water only.
I thought they were tied together.
They are. The consumption that you have in water is what your sewer bill is based on, but the rates and the utilities are operated completely separately.
Okay.
So taking action on the water rates does not affect your sewer rates. Any other questions?
Is there anybody else that wants to address the council during the public hearing?
I make the motion to close the public hearing.
Second. There's been a motion and a second to close the public hearing at this time. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Do we need another motion then to open up the regular hearing?
I'm making a motion to open the regular meeting. Second.
The motion and a second to open up our regular meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, council. Next on there would be approving ordinance 25-2025, the 2026 water rate ordinance. Did I miss a step? Are we all right?
I think you're all right. I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 25-2025. Second.
Been a motion and a second to approve the 2026 water rate ordinance. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, council. Appreciate it, Eric. I think you explained that very well. So thank you. Next is a transfer of funds, resolution 36-2025. Bryce, you want to?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. A couple weeks ago, oddly enough, about the same time we had our first little snow there, we had ordered some dumpsters from Municipal Equipment over in Winnemac, and when we were talking to him regarding the dumpsters, he had asked if we had any need for a smaller salt box, and it's something they've had in stock for a year now. So this box here would fit into one of our 1-ton trucks, which would then give us a quicker response time while we set the larger boxes. As you guys are aware, the dump trucks, the larger boxes go in are the same dump trucks that respond to water leaks and sewer repairs, and we're always flip-flopping the boxes in and out of those trucks. So this salt box here again would fit into one of our smaller 1-tons, give us quicker response time, allow us to get into those cul-de-sacs and behind City Hall and the parking lots a little bit better. This transfer is within the MVH budget for $5,000, and this box is being sold to us at cost.
So your total transfer is $5,000?
That is correct.
All right. Any questions, council?
I like it. I'll make a motion to approve resolution 36-2025, transfer of funds.
Second. Been a motion and a second to approve resolution 36-2025, the transfer of funds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, thank you, council. Next is an open and hiring process for a new police officer, Chief Anderson.
Thank you, Mayor. As you guys recall, we had a hiring process earlier in the year, and we didn't find somebody at that time. Just didn't feel we had a good fit with any of the candidates. So I let it just kind of set for a while, and I figure we'll give it another shot. It's been a few months, so I'm just requesting council's permission to open the process again. And we hire somebody out of this one that would get us back to full staff.
Full staff is how many?
11.
Need a motion for that?
I don't know that we do, but
I think we've done
making
both
sure the
ways
council
in the
knows where we're at with it.
Fine with me.
All right,
Okay, I'll get it posted as soon as possible.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next is the USDA-RD budget statement. Heather Smart.
Yes, so the city has received funding from USDA-RD for the sewer utility. One of the requirements is that we submit a projected budget along with an annual report. So you've been presented with the projected budget for 2026. I worked with Bakertilly on this report, and it comes from a combination of different sources. Our trial balance report that we put out monthly, as well as the financial management report that was put together by Bakertilly. So what I'm asking for tonight is permission for Shelby to sign off of this report as the secretary of the council, so that it can be submitted to the USDA-RD before the deadline, which has been, the deadline is typically December 1st, but because of the government shutdown, they did push the due date back to January 31st, but I'd like to just do what we always do and have it submitted on or before December 1st. Do you have any questions regarding that?
Make the motion to let Shelby sign the report.
Second.
Been a motion and a second to allow for the clerk treasurer to sign a USDA rural development budget statement and have it submitted like our normal time would be by December 1st. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you for your work on this. I got to see how much fun it is, so I appreciate your persistence with it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on our agenda is the GOEVIN, if I pronounce that, GOEVIN funding agreement for the EV infrastructure project. Heath.
Thank you, Mayor. We've received the paperwork for the agreement for the funding on the EV charging stations. The total project cost is $19,365. We've got the full grant amount of $10,000, so the city will have to pay $9,365 for this. That includes a 3-year bundle for the software and everything involved, warranty. They take care of all of it, they monitor it, and they are doing the full install for this price. We just have to help them locate stuff. So I don't know if anybody's looked through that or not, but that's what I'm asking for tonight is permission to sign this agreement. They've told me if we get this back to the state, if we get the electron charger, we could probably get this in the next 60 days.
How many stations is that?
2.
So that's all in, no additional cost?
Yeah, that's everything. That's them doing it from start to finish.
Heath, and I didn't ask it, I apologize, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but how do we get paid back?
They will, electron charger will send the check to the city of Rensselaer.
Okay, so they're the ones that send it back to us?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure, and I should have asked you that earlier. Thank you.
There's no ongoing subscription costs?
Yes, the subscription cost for the 3 years software and data bundle is, for the 3 years, it's $2,934, but that is in the cost, the total of the $19,365. And we have to have this in for 5 years to meet their agreement, and their longest bundle package is 3 years. You can do it yearly after that, but it's cheaper to do 3 years. So I'd say after the 3 years, we'll probably end up doing 3. It's better off to have them monitoring them, servicing them, taking care of them, because you continue to have that warranty.
That way, the updates in 3 years, they can make all the updates at that time.
Now with the updates though, would they be, just say year-to-year updates on that too?
I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure their whole process on the software. I don't have a lot of details on that. I know they monitor it and they do everything themselves to keep the infrastructure going.
$9,000. That's chump change compared to the 19 million.
It will be nicer to have somewhere that people can recharge it.
I make the motion. Well, he continue with the,
Yeah.
He has to sign the contract with them.
yes.
I suppose that's what. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second to allow Heath to sign the contract for GOEVIN funding agreement with the EV infrastructure project. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, Heath. Thank you for your persistence on that one too. I thought it would happen a little quicker, but hopefully we're gonna get it done soon. Christmas parade closure is a request from Bryce, and I see Nancy's here also from the chamber. So Bryce, you wanna start us off?
Yes, sir. We have a request from the chamber to close East Harrison Street on December the 6th from McKinley to Coleman, closing at 2 p.m., reopening right after the parade takes off, or 5 p.m. is what we're calling it, just to give us time to get through the parade and get back over there and get it cleaned up. An additional request, North Van Rensselaer on the east side of Phillips Park, from the alley to Kelna, to allow for the, Nancy, help me out, your wagon ride.
Right.
Again, at 2 p.m., shutting down, and then the chamber will set those barricades off to the side once they wrap up for the evening.
I'll make the motion to approve the street closures.
Second.
Been a motion and a second to approve the Christmas parade closure request as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, we're ready. Plus, after that, we have a significant tree lighting ceremony that we're gonna have there in Phillips Park too. Significant. Did you see the tree go up today? Oh, it's beautiful. I really think it's gonna be awesome. Next is a credit card statement. Council, if you allow me permission to sign the credit card statement. Chrissy did get it done in time for this meeting, which is usually not done until the first meeting of the month.
Well, it's usually in the middle, but it's gonna need to go to the first, because the due date changed,
Yeah.
so.
I authorize authorization. Want to sign that?
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second to allow the mayor to sign the credit card statement. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, thank you, council. Next is our claims approval.
Motion to approve claims.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstention? All right, thank you, council. Next is unfinished business. I don't have any, council. Do you have any?
I comment about the cleaner corner there, the cleaners.
You certainly may.
It's good to be down, looks nice.
I guess that was unfinished business.
That'll be going on forever. I've got to see that go down, it looks good now, it looks good. Are those 3 lots for sale, that's my question.
Yes, so
Technically,
we'll have Attorney Sammons draft a resolution for redevelopment to allow those to be put up for sale. I talked to Council President a little bit about how to market those things once we get the resolution in place, and then I don't think we're going to ask, or I don't think redevelopment's going to ask for anything more than what they've got into with the purchase of the property, the environmental studies, and then what it costs for us to take down the building. So imagine they're just going to try to recoup what funds they have in it, and then hopefully get some development going. So we'll try to be ready for December 1st, redevelopment meeting, and then let stuff ready for them.
Are we gonna try to make that one, or are we gonna keep it as 3 separate lots?
You want to answer that? We'd love to sell it as one, but I don't know that you can, I guess is my question.
Well, they're legally described differently, but you could sell them as one. And that's probably would be my recommendation.
Can we legally put them back together as one, so it has to be it?
Sure. I'm getting the nod. Todd?
I don't know of any I haven't looked into that, but I don't know of any reason why they can't be combined. I think do they have the same zoning?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. The nice thing is we'll probably have some type of qualifier put on the person that purchases the property that they would be developed. So there'll probably be some restrictions that are put onto that property that fit the zoning along with whoever purchases the property. We don't necessarily want somebody to come in and purchase the property and then leave it set empty for years on end.
Whether the lots are combined or not prior to sale.
Yeah.
That'd be an additional expense too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I did it at my property. It was just some paperwork and it wasn't very expensive.
You have to have a survey done, I think, didn't you? You didn't have to?
No way, it's already done.
Typically, you just have to have the prior deeds and just the paperwork. Yeah, they should all be in the same name now, so.
And then we'll do the same thing with the 2 properties down on 7th Street. So hopefully in the next couple of months, we'll see some movement on those properties also. I just wasn't sure how to market it. So I talked to Noah a little bit today on the different ways that the city can put it up for sale. And I looked at like Hammond recently, their redevelopment commission did something similar to where they said, hey, we want it used for this type of business when we're selling that property. So hopefully we'll have some interested buyers in all the lots that we have for sale here soon.
Yeah, soon.
Thanks, Russ. And it does look very nice. Thanks, Bryce, for your crew
Looks good,
to
Bryce, thank you.
pulling that stuff out of there. Goodness. We can go into administrative comments now. The designated outdoor refreshment area has been approved by the state of Indiana. So December 3rd, we plan to meet with those businesses that are going to participate in there and be one of the businesses that sell it. We have stickers for the front windows along with stickers for each cup that they're being sold. I think it'll go just in hand with our fantastic Christmas Day parade and our tree lighting ceremony. So we're going to meet with them along with Chief Anderson and explain here's the rules, here's the do's and don'ts of our designated outdoor refreshment area. But we're finally starting to see that project come to an end also.
So signs over the weekend.
Yeah, nice job. Bryce and Josh's guys got them up in places. I really enjoyed where they were at. I did like the one picture you sent, though. I showed everybody
Oh, on the sidewalk?
on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Maybe something in the future we do, something like that.
Good idea to have the recycle bin and the trash can right at the,
That's what we were trying to do.
yeah.
We were trying to get it to that point, but I don't know if we can get there yet. We're close. We're close. But that's all I had for administrative comments. Chrissy, do you have any administrative comments? Mr. Watson?
Yes, I have several, but I won't say anything. I have a nice Thanksgiving. I know you have 3 days. Y'all have done so much work in the house this past year that saved the city so much money. And I do appreciate the work y'all done. So that's my administrative comment.
That's good. Mr. Rayburn?
All right, yeah, I do have a couple of things. As a response to the citizens coming in last week, talking about Emmett Street and speeding, Chief Anderson got some quotes, and I'll let him talk about the quotes.
Okay, they'll look similar to radar signs. I know county has some of them, or speed limit signs. County has some of them in the north end, I think, and what they'll be is, they'll be yellow in color, so they're high visibility. But it will be a combination, it'll be like a radar thing, so it will tell people their speed. I can set, if it's 25 mile an hour zone, I could set it for, it'll give readouts up to, let's say, 33 or something like that. And then after that, I could make it to where it would flash red and blue lights telling people to slow down. The reason why we do that is I don't want to set it unlimited at the top, because then it encourages people, it's like, well, let me see how fast I can get this car going. So I don't give them that. But it will also keep stats, so I can pull all the information. It'll give, all the speeds of the cars that go through there, so we can kind of gauge time of day where there's the biggest problem. It'll tell us the highest speed, the slowest speed, the average, things like that. So I can pull those, so I can kind of better tell the guys when to be there, statistically on when to run radar. My hope is to get 2 of them and then 2 extra mounting brackets, so we can mount the brackets at different areas, have 2 signs, and then we could take the signs down and move them to different spots. And I have a few places in mind, but I'll look to get those finalized. Where our bigger problem spots are. But there is 1 year free cloud storage where I could look at the stuff from my desk. My plan is after that 1 year of cloud storage is it's Bluetooth enabled as well, so I won't pay for cloud after that free period is up. I'll just go to the sign, download it, and then have them on my computer so I can do the same thing. And then I don't even know what the fee is per month for cloud storage, but I'm not even going to entertain that after the first year's over. So I would like to get permission from the council to purchase those, the 2 signs plus the 2 extra brackets, and they would be solar powered as well, so I wouldn't have to charge the batteries. The grand total for everything would be $5,678, and I would like permission to go ahead and move forward with purchasing those.
I'll make the motion.
When you get the cash?
I will. I'll have to check the numbers, but I should have it. I may have to move some money around to cover that, but I'm sure I've got it. I'm sure I can cover it.
Well, I'll second your motion. I think if you don't, we should. If that street has been that much of a problem with speeding, I think it'll be a good thing for us to save a few dollars.
Sure. And if I don't, I'll get with Shelby and we'll figure it out.
The nice thing about that is it'll also give you the statistical data on how high the speeds are and the number of vehicles that have traveled along there. So it'll be nice to see some of that data so that we can talk with the neighbors about what's going on there.
Once you order those, how long do they take?
They said they would ship, and that was one of my questions I mentioned to him about end of the year budget time. He said they've been shipping lately within 2 weeks, typically no more than 3. So it should be in plenty of time. Well, maybe not plenty of time. In the nick of time to get them in on this year's budget.
So, Ernest, you seconded it?
Yes.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Any further questions for Chief? A motion and a second to allow him to purchase the 2 signs for $5,000.
$5,678.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Well, anyone opposed? Thank you, council.
Thank you.
All right.
One more comment.
Yes, sir.
Superintendent Hall, I've been noticing that there's a lot of yard signs in the parks for businesses and organizations. Do they ask for permission to do that?
Generally speaking, most of them do not.
I would like to see them removed and the owners contacted so that we're not advertising for businesses in the park. That's my opinion.
Agreed. It's kind of upsetting that someone doesn't come to the city, at least to the park department, and say, hey, can we put these in there? We should probably think about how we would handle nonprofits, also that sometimes will advertise in there.
I still think we should ask.
Agreed. I totally agree. And the bigger part is clean up after yourself. I think that's the one that's more frustrating than anything.
Well, with the nonprofits, can you put a time limit on it too?
No.
You know, a month or whatever. You know, if it's me, you know, I'm trying to get a little bit more money for the city. If they want to put signs in the parks where that money, when I'm talking about though, would go back to the parks.
Well, they do have advertising opportunities at the park.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, because, you know, we think about the stuff we're trying to do in our parks, if they want to advertise there for a certain amount of time, that money could help us in the park area because the budgets are so tight to begin. And, you know, that's just a thought, and, you know, people yell at me trying to get more money for the parks, start yelling.
Well, it might be a better thing to kick it back to our park board and then have the park board discuss how they want to set up those rules and then come to the council with the set of rules that we can enforce it from our end. So it has been something that I asked Joe all the time back before when he was there. It seems like they just don't ask. A lot of people just stick them in there and not say anything. So if with your permission, let's kick it back to the park board, see if we can't develop a set of rules that will fit.
In the meantime, should we remove them?
Specifically, if they haven't asked permission, I don't know why we wouldn't, unless I can't think of any law that's, you're trespassing on our ground. I would remove them.
Sounds good.
That include garage sale signs.
Oh, that especially includes garage sale signs.
I saw a few of them already, but not lately, but.
One of our past superintendents had a problem with those garage sales.
Really?
Well, you can see where they've been stuck to the pole so many times.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The poles are just covered with
Nails.
staples, nails, yeah.
One last thing, Stace, when we had that little cold snap, fountain froze up, looked really cool. Is that something that you're gonna let happen?
Eventually, I think it's gonna get turned off.
Yeah, we won't have this cool ice sculpture there.
You could theoretically do it, but you're not gonna see anything. I mean, it's just gonna be frozen over. And it's better just to not to burn out the pump, just to shut it off.
That looks pretty cool.
It does look cool, but it's a lot easier not worrying about it.
You can fix the pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we can just go buy a block of ice.
Yeah, it's true.
That's all. Thank you.
All right. Noel, do you have anything?
I have nothing this evening.
Kevin?
Just wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Me too, that's all I got.
I did have one more thing. I'm sorry, council. I need a couple of volunteers to judge the office decorating contest that we have coming up. So if one of you would like to email me after the meeting on who would like to be our secret judges. I was very surprised at how serious some of our departments took that office decorating and did a fantastic job, I thought.
That's right.
It was really neat on a lot of stuff that we saw done with some of the offices. So please, one of you or two of you, send me an email and let me know if you're interested in doing that. All right. Next is our superintendent's reports. Start off with Chief Anderson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm still waiting to hear the status of the grants that we applied for the new radio system and dispatch. I got an email a week ago and just said basically no word yet. As soon as I hear something, I'll let you know. And the only other thing is the new body cams that we had ordered are in and they've been issued, so they're up and running at this time.
How's the software system with those?
Learning curve, but pretty easy. We had we assisted Lansing, Illinois, with an arrest out by the interstate on a suspect they had yesterday, and they have called asking for the body camera to be sent to them. So it looks like we can just give them a link to it, and they can get the link downloaded on their end. We don't have to mail anything to them anymore.
Nice.
So, but it's pretty interesting. Just trying to figure out all the ins and outs of it. But that's primarily dispatch has to figure that out to download everything and put with the cases. But so far it's going pretty smooth.
And the redaction easier with this system?
It will be. We haven't had to do it yet with the new system, but it will be, yeah.
Okay. Sounds great. Anything else?
That's all.
Attorney Sammons.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have anything specific to report. Just been working as needed on the various projects and contract review, things like that. Was interesting to hear from the chief tonight about the new technology and available to the police departments and the public for speed enforcement. That's something some of us old guys didn't have access to, and that's in the interest of safety. I think that's wonderful.
All right. Heather Smart.
Thank you. I have nothing else this evening.
Jacob Hall.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd only like to report that we've made a hiring decision for a replacement secretary, and she'll start on December 8th. I also attended a training last Thursday, just previous Thursday, down in Indy over the first 3 chapters of the Indiana Residential Code. Found it very informative and made some good connections there, including with the building commissioner in Lowell, who offered to show me the ropes with those guys when they go on inspections. So I will be taking advantage of that opportunity, and I think I'm scheduled for one more training down there on December 18th. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Good deal. Any questions, council? Heath, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor. It took us a little while to get things figured out to make sure we're doing it right, but our infrastructure, our surplus is on municipbid.com now. That stuff will be run until January 9th. It does have reserve bids on it. If they don't get met, we can run them again. I just started pushing those out to people, so it should be getting broadcasted what we have for sale. We have somebody that is interested in some of the steel structures already, so we'll see what happens with that over the next month and a half. And we've been interviewing people for the lineman position. We have it narrowed down to 2, and we will be bringing them back for a second interview on December 2nd. That's all I have.
Any questions for Heath? Hearing none. Bryce, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor. Projects are going well. The I-65 project, the main work itself is on the downhill slide. We should see the services start to begin here shortly. The anticipation of the timeline still being early to mid-December is still on track. They did start pressure testing the main last week on the east side of the interstate. The sewer lining project is also progressing pretty well. They've lined a few segments. Initially, we were told they weren't working this week, but they showed up today. They work today and tomorrow, so they will be out of here just in time for the holidays, so nobody has any interruptions to their sewer services. And then the wastewater project is starting to kick off. Equipment's being brought in, pipe deliveries are being brought in, and some of the site work has begun, silt fence and stripping of the topsoil. We should see the full mobilization beginning next week on that project. City side of things, we do have a double route on Wednesday and a double route on Monday of next week. since Josh isn't here, I'm gonna put his head on real quick. And then we were running as much as we can on the leads. We had a crew that ran Saturday just to try to keep up with it. But just weather worked out against us this year, and they've all came down at once. But we're gonna devote the rest of our week and manpower to that to try to get them caught up. Obviously, with the holiday, it's just gonna put us farther behind. And then lastly, we've got the North Scott Street water main yet that we're gonna try to get in here before the weather turns on us cold. But other than that, that's all I have this evening, if anybody has any further questions.
All right, thanks, Bryce. Heather Hall.
Thank you, Mayor. The decorations are being put up at Filson Park. We did put up the new tree this year. It's a 16-foot tree. I purchased the lights that will go up tomorrow, 6,000 lights. We're a community that's 6,000 strong. We're encouraging families in the community to make an ornament or donate an ornament to be hung on our community tree. We will be lighting that, starting a new community tradition on December the 6th following the Christmas parade. And Nancy and I have been collaborating for the past few years with the parade and Frosty Fest, so we'll have events going on at Filson, like I said, and we're going to encourage people to stroll on over to Potawatomi Park after the parade to vote for their favorite Christmas tree display. And the way that people vote is with non-perishable food items, and all of those items will be donated to the food pantry. The final stages of the Milroy Gazebo project are taking place this week. The handrails were installed this afternoon. That's really looking nice. I will be in touch with you once we set a date for the ribbon cutting for that, so we can thank the family of Terry Miller publicly for that lovely gift. And I've been meeting with a group. We're called the Third Thursdays Committee. We're working together. It's the Chamber of Commerce, Jacinto, and Tourism. And we are trying to develop events that will be centered downtown with entertainment type things going on at Filson Park, while there are some extended hours and things like that in our businesses throughout the downtown. So our first one is planned as a summer kickoff on May the 20th in Filson Park. So we plan to do that monthly, kind of stealing an idea from some other communities that we've seen that have been very successful, and we want to do the same thing here with our beautiful Filson Park and, you know, try to generate some foot traffic through our downtown for our businesses. And I'm currently researching grant opportunities so that we can extend our trailway system and make some connections where we don't really have connections right now. So that's the thing that I'm digging into this week too. So I'm happy to entertain any questions that you might have, the park projects.
Looks had lights up on the old electric plant down there.
Yes.
I went by there at night, it all lit up, looked good.
We're making it our home, Russ.
I know you are.
And we ask that our office not be judged, but the outside of our building, whoever the judges are.
Who put the lights up on the bowstring bridge, the ornament? Is that Heath's guys, or it looked like there was an ornament there on the bowstring bridge area?
We have wreaths that go up there yet, but we haven't put anything on yet.
It must have been Heath's guys then.
Could have been Heath's guys. And I do want to add.
I don't know where.
It's lit up, I can tell you about it.
The Parks Department in the past few years has sponsored a giving tree. Sorry, I didn't add this, but I want to mention it now for needy children in our community. The need is greater now more than ever. This file, these are all the wish lists that I've received from families in our community that need help this Christmas. So if you're interested in helping to support that program, please reach out to me and I can get you the information to purchase a gift for a child in our community.
When do they have to be purchased by?
December 18th.
Okay.
We will make deliveries potentially on December 20th.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions? Todd, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The I-65 job for the gas part is probably about 90% done now. USDA is not here this week. They will be here next week, and we will finish up on the boards that we have. And then in between that, the guys have been going back and forth, and we've been putting the service lines still. And I had a call tonight after work about somebody else wanting another service line put in before the end of the year. So.
Or freezes.
Yeah, or freezes. That's what it is. Other than that, that's it.
Joe, that leaves you.
Thank you, Mayor. Just remind everyone, Wreaths Across America, December 13th. I'm not really sure the start time, maybe around 9:30, 10.
I thought you had a 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock,
And
yeah.
even 10:30, I believe was.
So they come in, they get the wreaths sent out, other than the families that want to set their own out. And they're usually in now there in a couple hours.
It's nice to have that many volunteers out there too.
Oh, they just,
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't keep up with them trying to collect all the trash that was leftovers, so.
Yeah. Good to see that many volunteers. Stace, do you have anything for us?
Maybe a Bryce question, has the rented excavator turned back yet?
Yes, went back Wednesday.
I'll get that deleted.
Thank you. Is that it? Gosh, that's pretty good. Anything else? Harley? Nancy?
Where's those EVs? They are in Filson Park?
Yeah, they'll be just right by the restrooms there at Filson Park that are normally open, but they weren't yesterday for some reason. So, I know. It's a conspiracy to me, I think. So, only when I want to stop there.
Yeah, I had the same problem.
Somebody comes in and shuts their locks the thing, I think. But
Heather has a plan for that.
yeah, we'll figure it out. Any other questions? All right, hearing none.
I make the motion.
Is there a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, council, and happy holidays. Yeah. So, I guess that's your. That's what we're gonna